My name is Mike Rinker. I'm the Director of the Nuclear Processing Facilities Division at the CNSC. And if I could, I'd like to update the Commission on the status of the Shield Source Incorporated facility located in Peterborough. Just for some background, this facility has been operating in more than 25 years as a tritium processing facility. And about 2 years ago, the Commission, on its own motion, restricted the activities of this operator to no longer process tritium. And last year of March 2013, Shield Source Incorporated informed the CNSC that they would no longer want to continue operating at this location. So they commenced some cleanup activities, some decontamination activities at their facility under their operating license. And the CNSC staff we're pleased to inform you that these activities are complete. CNSC lab personnel and inspectors have been on site entirely during the cleanup activities and can confirm through our own monitoring results and verification of Shield Source Incorporated monitoring results that the facility is clean and fit for a new tenant, a non-nuclear, non-regulated tenant to move in, and the state of the environment is much improved, as we would have expected since the facility has been not processing tritium for 2 years. Although the tritium levels were safe 2 years ago, they're much lower now. And so, as of yesterday, CNSC staff have submitted a CMD to the Commission to request authorization to release the facility from licensing through the issuance of an abandonment license.
Thank you. Questions? Ms. Vershi.
A couple of questions. So you said the tritium levels are lower, facility is clean. Does that mean they're still higher than background levels?
Mike Rinker for the record. So background, I would refer to the environment. They are higher than background levels. If I could give some examples, though, the tritium in air is near zero, about maybe a factor of 100 to 1,000 times lower than what they were during operations, and they were safe during operations. But you can measure. Tritium in soil it is measurable, but it is very low, and we're really talking about a strip of soil along the edge of the facility, and there are no credible scenarios that would enable anyone to get exposed to unsafe levels of tritium in soil. If somebody were to excavate that soil and handle it manually for the course of a week, the dose consequences are in the order of a microsievert or two. And finally, groundwater, they are measurable. There's a number of groundwater wells there. All except one are below the drinking water standard. So they are not drinking water sources. This facility is built on a landfill. It'll never be a drinking water source, but the tritium levels are below the drinking water standard, with the exception of one that was at 15,000 becquerels per liter, has since decreased to about 8,000 becquerels per liter over the last 2 years, and the drinking water standard is 7,000. We're going to continue to monitor that well to make sure that it continues to decrease.
So as far as ongoing monitoring, other than that one well, will there be any other ongoing monitoring of that facility and its environment?
Mike Rinker for the record. There will be ongoing monitoring, but I would like to emphasize that we do not see the need for ongoing monitoring to ensure protection of the environment or people. We are confident that it has already been achieved over the last couple of years. However, we have a number of other facilities, nuclear power plants, SRBT in Pembroke, where our understanding of how tritium is going to continue to cycle over the environment, that knowledge would benefit us from a regulatory perspective. So the CNSC, together with the Ministry of Environment, will continue to do some monitoring. This will help us disseminate information. It will help us learn about tritium cycling, although I would emphasize it's not necessary to ensure safety, we're convinced.
And my last question was more around the decommissioning cost, and how did those compare with whatever financial guarantee there was for decommissioning?
Mike Rinker for the record. So there was a financial guarantee for this facility. Exact figures I'm not certain. It was about $650,000, and they used up the majority of that money for their cleanup activities. So Shield Source did pay for this through their financial guarantee.
But there was sufficient funding for it?
Mike Rinker, that's correct.
Thank you.
Any other question? Just one question. When you release it now for industrial use of any purpose, I want to understand, so who, the local government and the local land use people and the Ministry of Environment, they're all okay with everything that was cleaned up?
Mike Rinker for the record. So there are two stakeholders, the municipality of Peterborough, who actually owns the airport. They're the landlord. We've been in constant contact with them. They're interested in having information because from a municipality perspective, they want to be prepared should any of their constituents have questions. And they would like some assurance that the facility is safe, so something documented. So we have agreed to issue them a letter, and the record of decision would also help to inform them. I think really their main interest is they want to make sure that they can inform the next tenant, and they would like to have another tenant. The Ministry of Ontario has some concerns on environmental monitoring, and so they want to work with us. We're going to meet them again in April about what. We sent them our preliminary plan to better understand tritium in the environment, but they don't have any regulatory requirements, but they are with us on the table to talk about monitoring in the future.
Okay. Anything else on this? Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.